2-2. Popped up. Send the ball. In foul territory. Giants win.
That was the last time the Royals lost a game. 167 days have passed since then, and still no L's in the loss column. They've been the only thing more red hot than my uneven sunburn from over the weekend, and they look to stay unbeaten against the Twins yesterday. Remember last year when the Royals won games despite not hitting home runs? Now they're winning games because of the long ball. Case in point here, Kendrys Morales unloads 431 feet to right center field. That ties the game at 1 early on. Royals up 1 now in the 6th. Lorenzo Cain, he looks like he might take it deep, doesn't quite get all of it, but it'll get the job done. He ends up at third base. Mike Moustakas scores on the throwing error, and the Royals go up 3-1. Royals would run away with it, though, in the 8th. Already up 7-3. Alcides Escobar at the dish. He's going to drive it to that same right center gap. That'll score 2 more. The Royals ended up scoring 6 runs in the 8th inning. They pound the Twins 12-3. The Royals are now the only remaining unbeaten team in baseball at 7-0 after the division rival Tigers lost yesterday. We've talked about how they're winning games with home runs earlier. Get this. Last year through 7 games, they had 0 homers. This year, they have 10. KC has also won games with huge innings. They've scored more than 4 runs in a single inning 4 times already this year, and they've done that in 3 games in a row. The Royals have reversed a negative trend from last year, but the St. Louis Cardinals have been reversing a positive one from 2014. The Cardinals normally rely on timely hitting, but it hasn't been there for them this season. With 2 runners on in the 3rd, John Jay goes down looking. Cardinals not able to capitalize. They've left 38 runners on base going into yesterday, stranded 12 more against the Brewers. Again in the 5th, Yadier Molina, usually one of the more clutch players on the team, grounds out to end the 5th with 2 more runners on to end the threat. In the 7th, they would get some timely hitting, though. Johnny Peralta hits this one to right, a little blooper. Ryan Braun horribly misplays this one. That gets by him. It's going to score 2 and cut the lead to 5-4. But that's the way it ended. Redbirds fall to their division foes by that same score. Taking a look at the early season standings, the Cardinals sit in 3rd place, 1 game back of the 1st place Cubs through 6 games. Meanwhile, the undefeated Royals sit atop the AL Central, but are just 1 game up on the Tigers. One team we didn't expect to be near the top of the standings this season was the Missouri baseball team. But there they are, sitting in 2nd in the SEC East, just 1 game behind Vanderbilt. The Tigers are also starting to get some national recognition. They're ranked 14th in the country by Baseball America. Despite being one of 5 SEC teams to play 3 series against top 10 teams, the Tigers are rolling right along. After a rough start in the SEC over the last 2 years, the team has already won 24 games this season. If they can win 14 of their last 19, they'll match their win total from the last 2 seasons combined. Mizzou has plenty of fraternities, but few are as tightly knit as Delta Lambda Upsilon. Now, it's not a real fraternity at Mizzou, but it could stand for D-Line U. One member of that football fraternity, Sheldon Richardson, recently shared his thoughts on Shane Ray, another former MU lineman, entering the draft.
You want a ball player, he might not be the fastest, might not be the strongest, might not be the biggest, but he's going to most definitely try to be the best guy on the field or on your team. My little bro, that's what he is, man. He asked me, how do I play and why do I play with a motor? And then I just say, it got to be inside you, man. It's what they doing at Mizzou with Craig Kuligowski, the D-line coach. He makes you wait. Even though you're a top guy, you're going to wait your turn. But, you know, that's one thing Coach Kul always said. I'm going to always breed me a stallion here and there. So that's one thing he keeping that trend going, and I'm proud of Mizzou for that, though.
Mizzou women's assistant coach Michael Porter Sr. has decided to stay with the program after receiving an offer to become an assistant coach for the men's team at the University of Washington. Now, this might actually be more significant for the Mizzou men's team, who is pursuing Porter's sophomore son, Michael Jr. Porter Jr. is the #2 recruit in ESPN's 2017 class, and Mizzou may have lost their hometown advantage if the Tolton forward was forced to move. So, guys, Royals picking up where they left off last season. What do you think? 7-0.
It's impressive. They're just red hot from the World Series. I mean, they lost, but they sort of have that momentum going.
Maybe taking out some frustration from the loss in the World Series. They haven't lost since that game.
It was a great season, and they know that for sure. And lots of Royals fans happy and excited.
Maybe
about
they're
this season.
establishing somewhat of a powerhouse. We'll see.
Right. They won't be the underdog. Who knows?
Right.
Thanks.